Schizophrenia. It is one of the most medicalized psychological conditions out there. However, critics of this naturalist notion of schizophrenia point to the fact that some symptoms, like voice hearing, are not always pathologized, for example, in a spiritual context. So, does this mean that even schizophrenia is a social construct?
Firstly, what is social constructivism even? Social constructivism holds that these labels that we create are not something that is to be discovered, but more created in a social, cultural, and societal context, and are not just biological facts. Perspective recognizes that symptoms of schizophrenia are very real, but the way we define it, the way we label it, the way we look at it is completely dependent on society. For instance, behaviors that are labeled as symptoms in one society might be spiritual or even normal in others.
Social constructivism helps challenge naturalism. This is the idea that schizophrenia, like all mental disorders, is simply a natural dysfunction of the brain. By focusing on social context, we can see how societal values and norms influence who gets labeled and why. Is this always pathological or is it just not normal? This also highlights the social nature of psychological conditions. This has already been shown in 1990 by Williams and Collins, who argued that disability of schizophrenia is largely dependent on social context. Is it inherently pathological, or is the pathological a reaction to social circumstances that are incompatible with the individual? Critics will argue that this view is downplaying the neurological and biological underpinning of schizophrenia. However, this approach at least brings us into a direction where we stop seeing schizophrenia as solely a individual condition, but something that is shaped and created and given meaning in the collective.